Mazel morons, welcome back to the Good Guys podcast. I'm sitting here with Ina Garten's photo double, Ben Soffer.
How easy is that?
Let's explain that joke for me. Who's Ina Garten?
Ina Garten is a queen.
Do you really need us to explain, or are you worried that we only have Gen Z followers, which we don't? We have a lot of Jewish mothers.
Yeah, no, that's great. Who's Ina Garten?
Are you kidding?
No,
my
I don't.
God.
I
This is
just
really
learned who the Hawk
upsetting.
2 girl is, so go.
A shot straight through my heart, Jason.
Is that...
Think of the exact opposite of the Haktua girl, and you've got Ina Garten.
I love that the internet just took Haktua and was like, she was fired. She was a nurse.
Yeah.
She was like taking care of the kids, and now everybody's coming for her job. And she like went on Barstool and was just like, actually, like, I'm 21. I dropped out of school 2 years ago, and like, this is all I have.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's fascinating that's so fascinating that it took off. It just means that men want blowjobs. That's all it means. You know, like
Yeah,
Not me.
They're so
Not
concerned.
me.
Men are so concerned with it.
they are.
can't make
and
me.
all they want is for you to spit on that thing.
Yeah.
That's it.
She's the new face of Mucinex, I heard.
Is she our...
She seems like a nice girl. I'm not trying to. I watched the Brie thing, and I like Brie too. She seems
Bree's
great.
the best.
I mean, she don't listen. I do the same thing. If I'm sitting there and someone memed the hell out of me, I'm going to run with it.
I thought that was going in a totally different direction, and so did Ben.
too.
I'd suck some dicks for some clout.
Is she our current Catch Me Outside girl? Like,
Yeah, 100%.
she is, huh?
100%.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
She is.
yeah.
How about that?
Yeah,
How about that?
she could parlay that. In case anyone's wondering, we're sitting here for the second time with the great Jason Nash, comedian, actor, writer, vlogger, podcaster, the greatest. If you don't know him, who else don't you know? Ina Garten.
Who is Ina
Yeah.
Garten again? Just tell me who she is.
Jason, we need to circle back on that. Food Network star. She has a short bob haircut. She wears a big blue shirt.
60s.
Her husband's name is Jeffrey. She cooks in the Hamptons.
She's a national treasure.
and her catchphrase is, "How easy is that?"
And does she not look like Ben a little?
Josh, have you seen the video where I dressed as Ina Garten for last Halloween?
That's why I said it's brilliant.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so
I
good.
dressed as her. I dressed as her last Halloween, and she's my queen. She's my queen.
See, media is so spread thin now that, you know, if it doesn't hit my For You page, I'm not going to know who Ina Garten is, you know?
What's your main source?
Of income?
That
This
and-
podcast.
and information.
I guess it's TikTok. Yeah. I don't watch the news.
Oh my God.
I mean, I watched some of the debate, and it was like really tough. I was like, oh, I voted for this guy. Damn it. It's embarrassing.
It was a hard one.
I think it's funny too. I think it is tough with like, yeah, I mean, you got to admit I voted for him, and that's who's up there now.
Well, I saw that meme where it was basically sort of in the background was a town on fire, and then
Yeah.
up front were just people on at a playground on a swing set, and they
Yeah.
were like Canada watching our debate.
Yeah.
And it was. I don't. You know, we don't get political on the pod, but I think in general, you didn't watch that and go like, God, do I love where we are currently politically on either side.
Yeah.
I don't think it's political to say that it was a complete dumpster fire.
Total.
Like that's just totally objective, and that's that on that. Ina Garten, though, she is a feisty lady.
She's so rich. She is the Food Network queen, right? It's her and Guy Fieri are on the Mount Rushmore of Food Network.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And
And there was Paula Dean, but
We
she's
all know
gone.
what happened to Paula.
She's
Deen.
gone. She's gone.
Paula,
She's gone.
bye Paula.
Bye, Paula.
It was-
Where is Paula Dean?
It was
I just
by
wanna know where she
Felicia.
is.
Now it's by Paula.
Do you think she's like with Tupac, like cooking for him on some island? Is that where Paula Dean went?
Yeah.
Not Tupac.
Oh, true. Sorry, not Tupac.
Maybe Vanilla Ice. We're gonna have to cut all this out.
No, it's so good.
So Jason, give us an update. We were just talking. You've been on an incredible health and fitness journey.
Yeah.
You look better than ever, but you mentioned maybe you put on a couple.
Yeah. I've put on a lot. I lost it, and
Wait,
I
do
found
it again, but make it sadder.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. You can't. I worked out for like 2 years straight. I got in the best shape of my life, and then I stopped. And then you stop, and you're like, damn, it just comes right back. It's awful.
And is it what's your regimen right now, workout wise?
I mean, I like walk a little bit. I went to yoga this morning.
Nice.
I mean, I like barely do anything
And why is that?
because I'm live streaming like 8 hours a day. So it's
Wow.
like I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, I can like save my house and live stream, or I can go work out. And so, but today I was like, Naveen was like, you should go work out because I hurt my back, and if I don't upkeep it, then everything goes wrong.
And
What are you doing on the live stream?
I do TikTok live. So I do like live battles and like talk to people and talk about current events and in order to like get into ranks and in order to be highly ranked there, you have to put in a lot of hours.
And you couldn't do that. I'm just thinking like you couldn't do that like from the bike or like from a run or from a hike. You could, right?
a hit workout?
You can,
Pilates, swimming.
but, the Wi-Fi in Runyon Canyon isn't the best. You get cut out. I guess you could be on a bike, but I don't want to just be on a bike like not talking to them. It's just hard. It's hard to.
Weightlifting sesh, a low impact weightlift sesh.
Yeah, you could do that.
12-pound dumbbells.
You could do that. I mean, I don't know. If I'm not like engaged with them, then I don't feel like I'm doing anything. And then there's no viewership if you're just like working out.
Well, depends who you are.
That's true.
I mean, Josh posted a video recently where Josh always looks ripped, but I think he is like particularly ripped these days, and he's probably blushing. And all the comments were just like, when did Josh get so damn ripped?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking that like, if Josh posted more content in the gym, like people want to see Josh. Josh is swole.
What do you do in the gym
working
these
out.
days?
Thank you, Ben. Well, you know what I attribute it to a little bit, and I'm not in great shape, but I'm in good shape for me.
Yeah.
Creatine.
Oh,
Turns out people are right.
yeah.
It works.
So you have a little shake in the morning, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little creatine, and somehow like I feel stronger, not as tired. It
Gives you like a boost
gives you a little
when you're
boost.
there.
From what I know, it allows your cells to hold on to water easier. So it allows like the volume of work you're able to do. Like you're more hydrated, your muscles are more pumped. You can just do like 20% more work.
Oh, I should try that.
And you also feel kind of full and
Yeah.
busty.
You look full. You look full.
I feel full.
Your arms look
Is this-
fantastic in the Zoom. So because I'm not taking creatine, this is my problem. I should be on creatine.
So
And you should, and you have to go to the gym. You can't just wake up and have a watermelon salad.
I do go to the gym
and
once
do
every 2 weeks.
Do the Times crossword. It's not. You go once or twice every 2 weeks.
I do the New York Post crossword.
Okay, good. Much
No.
better.
It's for morons.
I'm back in a regimen, but I was going
Good.
3 times a week. I was in fantastic shape. Then I took about a month off, not because I was live streaming, just because I fell out of it. And now I'm slowly getting it back. I'm at once a week.
Once a week. That's
I
not good.
walk a lot though, 12,000 steps a day. How's
that's
that?
good. That's
Pretty
really good.
Pretty
Have
good.
you ever been on a set and they've had a problem with you being too muscular? Like I know you're acting right now, like I know that's not your story, but I'm thinking. I mean, now that you're in shape, I mean, like maybe they're like they had like let's get Josh Peck, he's hilarious, and then now you show up and you're like now you're buff. Are they like, well, wait a minute, that's not what we signed up for. We signed up for not that they want you fat, but I'm just saying like have you had?
They want me fat. So does the entire country.
No, have you ever showed up and they were like, what happened?
No, bro.
No, that hasn't happened. Okay.
No,
I'm just curious.
I still have like
Just a question. It's a fair question.
No, it's a fair question, but I still have like male breasts and like I still
No,
have
you don't.
No, but I'm saying I still have parts of my body that are just like always going to be. Listen,
Josh, no, you opposites shallow Hal yourself. You have no idea how fit you look.
Take off
look
your shirt
huge.
right now. Let's see.
You look huge.
Take off your
It
shirt.
ain't it. I can't, dude. I would be embarrassed. I don't want to show off my. You should see Jason Nash's face right now, 3 feet away. He's like this to me.
Well, I think
Zoom in on this.
Do it. It's a good thumbnail.
What kind of shirt is that? And then I'm done jerking off to you. What kind of shirt is that, Josh?
Would take a wild guess, Ben.
Okay, it is Paige.
My wife's name, Paige. Yes,
It's Paige.
It's a free shirt.
By the way, Jason, Josh only wears free clothes.
And look at it now. That's it, guys.
Oh,
Wow.
Is that Paige's brand?
No, it's
you look like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, he is really
I'm gonna
ripped.
start
You're
calling
right.
you tiny.
Damn.
Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. But if you saw my my soprasetta nips, you'd be bummed.
Oh, I've seen them. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you have. I wasn't looking for that hard of a confirmation, Jason. Okay.
I don't know why I've seen you with your shirt off, but I have.
Probably when you were hawk-tooing and spitting on that thing.
Oh, that's what it was.
I'm not embarrassed. Like, I do it. But when you do it on this, it's like you're just asking for a lot of jerks. Tell me more about the streaming. Why? Obviously, the TikTok thing is lucrative. Why not do Twitch? Why not stream games if you're in that world?
The algorithm on TikTok is the best. So it's like you're commingling with people of all ages, people my age even in my life. And on Twitch, I don't feel as if that algorithm is as good. And I've heard people are not making money on Twitch. I heard all those big deals went away because I remember when I got into live streaming and I was doing good at it, I called some people and I was like, oh, can I like do something on Twitch too? And they were like, no. It's just like not, it's just too spread thin. And a lot of the streamers lost their deals. And I think Twitch is in trouble. That's what I hear.
This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by Seed. Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic benefits your gut, skin, and heart health in just 2 capsules a day. Absolutely love Seed. You know, I'm on this health kick, this health journey, working out, my semaglutide, it's very important to me. Seed is that supplement that just really, really helps with my gut health. I feel so much better when I take it. It's been so good for my skin. It really just reinforces dermatological health and helps support digestive health, gut health, all things that are incredibly important to me as I'm trying to just be a healthier person. Seed has been there for me, and I think that Seed will be there for you. It's just such a great product, and I highly, highly recommend it. Your body is an ecosystem, and great whole body health starts in the gut. Your gut is a central hub for various pathways through the body, and a healthy gut microbiome means benefits for digestion, skin health, heart health, your immune system, and much more. And Seed is totally backed by science, lots of science, with clinical trials and breakthrough research published in top scientific journals. Seed's probiotic research and development make DS-01 a product you can trust. Not only has every ingredient been tested individually in scientific studies for their safety, dosage, and benefits, the DS-01 formulation as a whole has been evaluated in 2 clinical trials. So support your gut health this summer with Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic. Go to seed.com/goodguys and use code 25goodguys to get 25% off your first month. That's 25% off your first month of Seed's DS-01 Daily Symbiotic at seed.com/goodguys. Code 25goodguys, 25 GOODGUYS at seed.com, seed.com/goodguys. Hey, Good Guys listeners, you know what? The robots have gotten pretty good at what they do, but they can't pour passion into what they make or give an item a human touch. On Etsy, you can find something handmade, handpicked, or designed by independent sellers who pull from their unique experiences and bring their whole hearts to their small shops. Discover hand-blown glassware, reclaimed furniture, personalized jewelry, hand-picked vintage pieces, custom-designed artwork, and so much more. The fingerprints Etsy sellers leave behind reveal who they are, human beings determined to make human connections. I love Etsy. When I'm looking for a creative gift, something that actually shows that I care about a person, I'll go on Etsy. If I bought something from a random store for you, it means I don't care. If I bought it on Etsy, it means that I care. I love Etsy because there's someone who loves their craft so much that they decided to open a store and make it just for us. They love the art of creation. It's all small businesses. It's all handmade. There's always that personalized touch, as opposed to when you go to a store, it's all so commercialized. Etsy really brings the human being back to creation. Recently, I was looking for a really cool koozie for Sprit Society. I had a custom one made on Etsy because humans on Etsy make really, really cool stuff. I highly recommend going on Etsy to find something for your loved one or even for yourself. Buy yourself a gift. If you want something creative, something different, go on Etsy. So the next time you're shopping for yourself or someone special, choose extraordinary items, handmade, handpicked, or designed by small businesses. Keep commerce human. Discover small businesses on Etsy.
Can you still get paid to play video games? Like, you ever think about just playing COD for 10 hours and being funny?
You could. I don't know how to play video games, and I don't have the setup. I need somebody to hook it up for me.
Someone to come in and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how to set that up? Do you know how to use OBS?
I've had the new iPhone 15 for 6 months. I've been afraid to switch over to it. I'm like, I don't know if the cloud's got everything. I get scared. How are you? Ben doesn't seem overly techie, right?
No, I've set up the iPhone that you gave me. Josh gave me an iPhone 15. I set it up.
Yeah, that's good.
Shout out.
I use it as a second phone. iPhone.
It's not that hard to
shout
set
out
up an
Apple.
iPhone.
All right,
Shout
you
out.
guys are jerks.
Turn it
Not
on.
You
that
guys
hard.
are total
I
jerks.
did-
English or Spanish? English.
My wife is very techie. She set up this entire podcast studio, remote studio herself. The
That's
whole
great.
thing. Like, that's crazy tech.
Yeah.
High tech. High tech.
I
Is
get-
Paige
I get
techie,
re-
Josh?
She is crafty. She is techie. She can figure. She's totally the typical gender norms, gender roles. She's the dude. Like, she builds things. She puts things together. She's
with
the
Claudia.
one. I
Yep.
don't have a brain
Yep.
for that.
No. IKEA, all Claudia. I remember our first bed we got at IKEA. She refused to let me do any of it, built the entire bed herself. It was fantastic. It was amazing.
So your wives are the handy ones?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What about your wife?
Oh, I guess mine is too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
What does
pretty
that
good.
say about us?
We're beta cucks.
Think we're failures?
Yeah.
think
That our
we're-
ancestors
you
are
mean we're
ashamed of us.
losers?
Yeah. Yeah. My dad can't look me in the eyes.
Josh, that's the name of this episode. Are we losers?
Speaking of beta cucks, did you know that PornHub revealed their most popular searches of 2023? And it's good news for grandmas.
No.
Wow.
So says the New York Post. So there's a massive influx in the key search
Cover your
word.
ears, Barb. Cover your
Grandma.
ears.
my mom is like, I had a feeling I've been getting looks at Costco. I said, settle down. Okay, would you like to first note Pornhub, I guess, every year puts out their insights.
Okay.
The top 20 countries by traffic. Let's go. Why don't you give what you think are the top 3 countries by traffic?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. Ben, what do you got?
I think one's definitely the United States. We're so horny,
India.
right?
Marshall, what do you got? What do you think?
Brazil.
So the only one who was right was Ben.
Oh.
Number 1, by a triple margin, the United States.
Yeah, we're so horny and brain dead. Like, that's us. like leave the house. Leave the house. Find a real woman. What's the second?
Do you want me to give you? I'll give you clues to the second. Okay, I give you clues. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Give me a clue.
Asia.
Asia's not a country.
Asia.
Oh.
It's clues.
China. What is it?
No,
China?
I feel like
China?
porn's
No.
banned in China.
Oh, it's all banned, right?
Yeah, is it Japan?
No. You want another clue?
Isn't prostitution
India?
huge in Japan?
I don't know the answer.
I think it's like a thing. I remembered watching a TikTok
I'm
video
not falling for your
where
trap.
some woman was like, "Oh yeah, I let my husband go and get a rub and tug. That's totally normal. And there were like 50 of them. Just saying. All right,
well, then it
continue.
just sounds that Japan's guilty of being lit.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so first hint was Asia. Second hint, Manny. Manny.
The hell is Manny?
Manny.
What kind of clue is that?
England, where they have a lot of Mannies?
Third hint, Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao's from.
I don't know where he's from.
Man-
Philippines.
Yes, Philippines. Philippines is number 2.
Is it? Philippines is
Cool.
small, isn't it?
Yeah,
Small but mighty.
mighty,
Is Russia in there?
Big.
crushing.
India? India's not
No.
in there?
No, Japan was
Third.
number 6, Italy number 7, Brazil number 9.
Oh, wow.
How about that?
Who was 3? Sorry, I missed that. Who was 3?
3 was France.
Yeah, France is horny.
Bonjour.
France is really horny. One time I was in France and I was watching TV in the middle of the day and I'm like watching Friends. And then right after Friends, it was just like porn, like straight softcore porn.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. And I noticed I watched it a couple days in a row because for research purposes. And it's always some guy watching 2 people have sex. Like it was very voyeuristic. That seemed to be the thing over there.
Peeping Pierre.
Peeping.
That's good.
Tomorrow on Peeping Pierre.
I think this is interesting. In the United States, time spent per visit per state. So, what state do you think is the longest time spent on such a website?
Alaska.
Interesting. Good guess.
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
Ben?
Arizona.
Okay.
Arkansas.
Okay. Do you guys want a hint?
Yeah.
Wait, no one got it?
No one got it.
Manny Pacquiao.
The first hint is Terp.
Your hints are crazy.
Maryland.
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 Yeah.
Oh, everyone's like stressed
That's
out,
weird.
working in Bethesda.
Oh, yeah.
That's probably it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Some weird
Repressed
kinks.
kind of thing there.
Yeah, it's
I could
getting
see
odd
that.
in Bethesda.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the short and Maryland clocks in at 11 minutes 31 seconds. The shortest
Per day?
time spent per visit.
Rhode
Time
Island.
spent
So
per
when they
visit.
go on the site, how long they're spending, whether it's multiple times a day, once a week,
Oh, I got it. New York.
for shortest time.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first, the shortest visit is 8 minutes, 21 seconds. So you guess the great state of New York. Shout out the Cuomo's. Ben?
Pennsylvania.
Where are they fucking?
Pennsylvania. Shout out Shane Gillis. Marshall?
Washington. State.
Washington State. Okay, you guys want a hint?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey.
The first hint is French.
Quebec.
The first hint is French.
Louisiana.
Your hints are
It's
crazy.
Louisiana.
Marshall, very smart. Well done.
And yet, both hints, they got them in the first guess.
Yeah, I guess they did. Why would Louisiana be the shortest time spent?
'Cause they're
Good
fucking-
question. No clue.
They're satisfied.
Yeah. Got to get back to drinking.
Okay, last one. I was going to say beignet, but then I felt like that was too easy. So I was like, French Quarter. Okay, last one is, and this one is upsetting. United States top relative searches. So what state is searching once? Or what state is searching what? I am going to give, the keyword and you guys guess the state. This one's going to be tough. First keyword, Mormon.
Utah.
Utah's right. Ding, ding, ding.
The
Marshall.
people in Utah are searching for Mormon porn.
I guess so.
Boston,
Can't they
it's
just
all
go
Tom
down
Brady.
the block?
Boston, it's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I wouldn't mind seeing Tom naked.
I'd rather that than Mormon porn. That's weird.
Okay, what state is thruple? Thruple.
Vegas.
Okay,
Vegas.
Cali.
Cali, Marshall.
Texas.
Okay, you guys want a hint?
Yeah.
The hint is northeast.
Boston.
Maine.
Massachusetts.
North.
Mhm.
North.
Maine.
Northeast.
Maine.
It's Maine.
Oh,
It's
wow.
Maine. Okay, last one is tickling. Tickling.
Tickling's the worst. I hate being tickled.
Especially during a romantic interlude.
Oh, it's the worst.
Could you imagine?
My grandfather
So
used to tickle
weird.
You're great. Okay, say more about that, Jason.
me. It was awful. It tickled you till you puked.
What?
Yeah, you'd just be like, it was the worst. And then my mother would come in. She's like, don't tickle him. He doesn't like it. It'd be like a 5 minute to 10 minute tickling.
And then grandpa.
And he'd be like, and then it would get to the point where I would literally punch him in the head. And then everybody would be mad at me. And I'd be like, I don't like it. Like, it's just an onslaught of tickling.
And your
Do I,
grandpa's
have
like,
to get you, do I have to get you a lawyer? Like,
No, I don't think there was anything like bad. But Josh, you're closer to me in age. I mean, you know, people were fucking nuts back then. There's all kinds of shit. Like we were at
a 10-minute tickle is not a short tickle. That's like
It would be like 3 minutes.
That's like call a governmental agency. You know, I first gave AG1 a try because I was tired of taking so many supplements. I can't carry an extra carry-on just for my powders and my pills. You know what I'm saying? Unless I'm going to a rave. And then it's a different kind of powder pill. I'm just kidding. I don't do that stuff. 16 years sober. But since drinking AG1, I have felt, and I do it daily, more energized, nourished, and I'm doing the right thing for my body. Because with AG1, it's delivering my daily dose of vitamins, minerals, pre and probiotics, and more. But it's a powerful, healthy habit that's also powerfully simple. It's just one scoop mixed in water once a day, every day. And again, it's going to take that guesswork out. So you're not spending time wondering if you're getting the best version of the supplements your body needs. It packs it in one go. And I noticed I needed more nutrient support than I used to. I have kids, I'm getting a little older, but AG1 covers my basis with high quality ingredients. And from adaptogens, which I love, to pre and probiotics for all that gut health, I'm telling you, AG1 is going to have you covered. And it's also going to make your life that much easier. AG1 is the supplement I trust to provide the support my body needs daily, and that's why I'm excited to welcome them as our new partner. If you want to take ownership of your health, it starts with AG1. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3, K2, and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase, exclusively at drinkag1.com/goodguys. That's drinkag1.com/goodguys. Check it out.
this episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by the McDonald's Quarter Pounder with Cheese. Let's talk about something delicious, something hot and juicy, something cooked when you order, something fit for a good guy. It's the Quarter Pounder with Cheese. It's a burger so iconic that it's simply known as the QPC. Each QPC features a burger that's sizzled on a flat iron grill and then topped with slivered onions, crispy pickles, and 2 slices of melty cheese on a sesame seed bun. I'm salivating just talking about this. I'm not doing well, folks. Let's distract ourselves by talking about our ideal moment to savor and enjoy a QPC, which after recording this read, maybe the minute we're done with recording this episode. It's so hot here in the city. All I want to do is go to McDonald's, get a nice big Diet Coke with a nice, beautiful QPC. We're talking eating it in the restaurant, walking around the city with it, eating it in my car. I love eating in the car. What's better than eating in the car, especially when it's so hot out, so hot. Crank up the air conditioning, grab a QPC, grab a nice soft drink, go to McDonald's, bring it into your car, have a nice moment. Have a moment for you, okay? Have a moment for you. The QPC is a burger that napkins were made for. And as someone who enjoys sauces galore, I feel extremely seen. It's the burger worthy of a nickname. Order the QPC today. Wait before cooking 4 ounces. Fresh beef available at most restaurants in the contiguous U.S. Not available in Alaska, Hawaii, and U.S. territories.
But things were crazy back then. We went to a wedding. We went to a wedding last week or
There was
a
still
month
the rule
ago.
of law.
Wait. We went to a wedding a month ago. Nice wedding. Had a great time. And some guy got like too drunk. And so he was just kind of like on me all night. Just like grabbing me. And he's like, we got to start a business.
He was like kind of a fan.
No, he wasn't a fan. He was just on me all night, you know?
Okay.
And his name was, I can't say his name. His name was, I'll make up a name. It was a funny
Manny
name.
Pacquiao.
Yeah, his name was Jose, whatever. That was his name. And then the next morning, this was the rehearsal dinner, I come out to the pool, I'm having a great time, and there's like this meeting. And it's like, hey man, we want to let you know that we spoke with Jose about last night. And everyone has spoken with him, and we are so sorry that he was so drunk last night. And I was like, hey, whoa. Like, he was just drunk. He was just having a good time, you know? And so I just thought it was interesting. It was just like everyone had to like step on Jose's good time.
Huh.
You know what I mean? And then Saturday night at the wedding, we saw him and he was like on his best behavior. And, but it's just like, I don't know, people used to be drunk all the time and it was no big deal.
Jose's in the corner with a Fresca.
Yeah,
cursing
he
himself.
was.
Oh,
Did you
Yeah.
see that video, either of you, of Julia Roberts caressing Travis Kelce at the Taylor Swift concert?
yeah.
Did
What
you see
was
this
that
video?
about?
Speaking of inappropriate, strange touching, I don't know what that was.
I didn't see it.
Marshall,
Josh,
if
I
you can,
DM'd it to you. I DM'd it to you if you want to show it to Jason.
Okay, let me
Like
look.
this video, they're in like that classic Taylor Swift VIP tent that I'm sure you've seen videos from. And she has her hand pressed on his chest, is scratching his chest, and he like tries to move away and she grips him.
Yeah, that's like I'm Julia Roberts and I'm
Horny.
I'm watching.
no. Oh gosh.
I don't
It's
know.
weird.
But like I've talked about this, right? Like my mom, I have some 60-year-old women in my life that kiss me on the mouth. No one under 60 kisses me on the mouth.
For sure.
Somehow,
We're right back to the grandmother porn.
Right.
Now we get it.
But somehow it's like okay with them because it's like it's so impossible that they can really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How old is Julia Roberts?
She's probably about 55 or 60.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks incredible.
She looks incredible. Maybe
You
that's
seen
what
the
it is. Yeah,
Pelican
50
Brief? Great movie.
56. 56. All right, maybe.
Pelican
Good movie.
She's great. What about Erin Brockovich?
Denzel's awesome. Yeah,
Erin Brockovich is great too.
So
Soderbergh.
good.
That year, Soderbergh was nominated for Best Director twice. What was the other movie, Jason? Ben won't know.
But Josh, are you impressed that
Out
I've
of
seen
sight.
Aaron Brockovich?
Traffic.
Traffic.
I am impressed. Great movie. Albert Finney, great actor.
I watched it 2 weeks ago. Fantastic.
Ben is just catching up on movies from 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You'll learn that about him.
Why do they search for grandmother porn? We never addressed that.
They didn't say why. It just seems to be popular.
I would think that
Weird.
the most popular is family porn.
Well,
Right? I guess that is family.
that's definitely a clip. I don't know if.
What is the temperature out there you're in the acting sphere
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to get into the acting sphere.
You are in the acting
Yeah.
sphere.
Yeah. And what is the temp? This is what I see on my TikTok all the time is Hollywood's broken, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's leaving. There was a thing about, people that make sets, the union. It's like, I don't know, what's the set union? IATSE. And they basically made a statement like, hey, we're not going to take interns anymore because this isn't a profession anymore.
Huh.
Like we don't have jobs. We're not going to support people coming in because we don't even have jobs.
Yeah.
Is that what you're hearing? Like when you go out or like?
It's been a rough 2024 in show business has been rough.
Yeah.
But I think there was like a reckoning with the streamers came, Netflix sort of set the table on what was basically impossible. Like they shouldn't have been so successful at what they did.
Right.
Because in a weird way, they were dealing with like razor thin margins because they were giving you $1 billion of content for $11 a month.
Right.
So it just didn't make sense. And then there were no ads, but somehow they were like this outlier who won. So everyone went into this race and they approached it like tech does, where they go, let us just use billions upon billions for it. Then once we've got people, it might take 10 years. Like Uber was like, we'll operate at a loss for 10 years.
Yeah.
But eventually there won't be any cabs left and there won't be any rideshare apps but us.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to use us.
Yeah.
So every other company ran to do it and realized, oh, Netflix is an outlier. Like this is actually so much harder and so much more of an impossible business model. So there's like a reckoning because for 6 years, everyone was throwing dumb money. So many shows that maybe wouldn't have been produced did get made because they were like, we just need content. We need to fight the giant. And what's left is Amazon and Netflix and
Hulu.
But that's part of Disney. So there's like, so in a weird way, I heard it on a podcast the other day, like Fox doesn't really exist in its original form anymore. Paramount's about to get sold. And so 2 of the 5 or 6 major studios are gone, but they've been replaced by Netflix and Amazon. So when the dust settles, it's kind of all the same.
Right.
But it's a very rough year and there's certainly a lot of people hurting.
Wow. It's crazy because
not us.
Not us here at the Good Guys.
You guys have 3 cameras in Marshall. I mean,
that's right.
Good audio quality. I'll give Marshall that.
We're doing great.
Yeah. I mean, this is what it is. I mean, that's why you see live streamers. I mean, I see live streamers that hold people. They're just sitting there. They're talking for 8 hours. No production, nothing. Like, it's crazy. It's so fragmented. Like when you told me the woman from the Food Network, I was like, I don't know who that is.
She is though. She's been around for probably 40 years. You definitely know who she is.
She's more your contemporary than ours. It's weird you don't know her.
You know her.
Yeah.
You do.
No, I don't know her. I know Guy Fieri.
Can I ask this?
Yeah,
like,
Flavortown.
Are you ever frustrated with like when I watch the TikTok lives, the thing that I get bummed out about, whether it's when I see people who I'm like a big fan of, like you or Jonah,
right?
It's that it seems that to make money, there is a limited sort of access point, which is the battles, right?
Right.
And it's kind of the, rallying the people watching you to kind of support and to drop tokens or whatever the things are. And to me, I'm like, I would rather, but who am I? I'd rather watch you do an improv with Brandon or someone for 30 minutes and pay for that.
Right.
Instead of like 30 minutes of just rallying the troops.
Right. And
what do you think of that?
I think that's a great question. Sure. I would love to sit and improvise with Brandon for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's no one's gonna, that's not gonna put my son through Columbia.
No. I understand you're doing the best way to make money, but why is it like, what's compelling about?
So here's what it is. So let's say you like me. Let's say you're like, I like Jason. He's fun, good energy. I like what he's about. So then there's a group of people that are on my team. They're playing for a team. So it's like, let's say I were to battle you, right?
Yeah.
You would have people on your team that want to throw the coin at the right time. You're playing a game. That's all you're doing. You're playing a game. So there's a lot of people that there's power-ups that you get. There's different rewards that you get. And so the people are just playing a game. That's all it is. And so there's moments where you're battling, and a lot of it is battling because that's what people want to do. That's the people that are there. They're there to do that. And yeah, that's really all it is.
Got it. That makes sense. So you're like a conduit for the game.
Yep, exactly. They're playing for Nash Nation. They're there to see how far they can take their team. And then when you win, when you lose, people are like, God damn, how'd we lose that? Da, 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 da. And then when you win, everyone's like, yeah, let's go.
And do you ever tell the people watching you know what the best nation is? A donation. Because that's what my friends who break dance on the Venice Boardwalk say.
That's a great line. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, it's something that I'm like, I wrestle with it all the time. I'm like, but right now it's like, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get I sold a TV show and I'm trying to get it made, but it's not a lot of money.
What's it about?
It's like a Curb Your Enthusiasm. And
cool.
we're making 10 episodes of it. And
Awesome.
It's just like we're supposed to shoot soon. And you know, and then, you know, David, he quit the podcast.
Right.
So I was like, all right, that's out. That was a huge moneymaker.
Was that like, did you guys have a $20 million offer from Spotify?
Yeah. Every year, Josh.
Say more.
Every year in January, Spotify, what a wonderful company. We love Spotify. You know, they are a great company. They've been really nice to me, actually.
Best.
Separate from David, like with my podcast.
Yeah, they gave me tickets to the Zach Bryan concert.
Yeah, sure. Spotify's great.
Yeah,
And they love podcasters. They would come every year and they would offer a large sum of money in the millions.
20?
Yeah, 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah, every year. And then the agent would say, no, don't take it this year. Don't take it this year. We'll wait. It'll get bigger. You know, like it'll be eventually whatever Rogan got, you know, or maybe half of what Rogan got.
Yikes.
That was the idea. And then every year I would be like, guys, are you sure? Are you sure? Sure you just don't want to, and
Jason's like, we'll take it.
yeah, and Dave, yeah, I did say that. And Dave, God bless his heart, is not about money at all. Dave will go live he'll go be a teacher in Vernon Hills. You know, he's just not, he just doesn't care. You know, and I think if he did, he would have kept doing it. He's just not like that. But he doesn't have a family to support either.
Right.
So that's the tough thing. It's like he doesn't have 2 kids. He doesn't have a kid going to an Ivy League school.
Which I give you so much credit for. And
Thank you.
You don't talk about that a lot.
Sure.
But your kids are amazing. You're a really great dad. Your son Wyatt got into an incredible Ivy League school. Not cheap, I hear. And like,
No.
you work so hard and do these things like only to be able to support that, which is what else is there in life than to support your kids?
Yeah, I mean, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's all I care about. And people come into my live all the time and they're like, you know, they'll ask me questions like they'll start really hot. You know, they'll be like, go, you know, your kids hate you. Your kids aren't proud of you. And I'll be like, no, my kids are proud of me. I'm doing this for my kids. And they'll be like, oh, I see. Okay, respect the grind, you know, like, and so you do win people over. And generally that live is pretty positive. And when people, the other sick thing, Josh, is when, and Ben, is when, this is really sick.
Great.
When things get bad, when somebody comes after me, and I won't say any names, but like when people come after me about the live only gets bigger.
Right.
So it's like, so it's that first thing of like, you see what someone said about you, you're like, oh, that bums me out. I really like that person. So then that bums you out for a couple hours, but then you go on the live and you're like, oh my God, I have 3 times the people watching me today, you know? And so it's such a sick business.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by LMNT. You know, we love LMNT at the Good Guys Podcast because we're always in need of a hydration boost. You know, walking around the city, taking calls, doing podcasts. I'm always thirsty and I'm always dehydrated. And LMNT helps anyone stay hydrated, but without the sugar and other dodgy ingredients found in popular electrolytes and sports drinks. Electrolyte deficiency or imbalance can cause headaches, don't we know it? Cramps, fatigue, brain fog, and weakness. Introduce LMNT. LMNT is a zero-sugar electrolyte drink mix born from the growing body of research revealing that optimal health outcomes occur at sodium levels 2 to 3 times government recommendations. They're always trying to get us. Each stick pack delivers a meaningful dose of electrolytes free of sugar, artificial colors, and other dodgy ingredients. LMNT is formulated for anyone on a mission to restore health through hydration and is perfectly suited for athletes, folks who are fasting, or those who follow keto, low-carb, whole food, or paleo diets. What is healthy hydration? Hydration isn't just about drinking water. Being optimally hydrated is about optimizing your body's fluid ratios. The fluid balance depends on many factors, including the intake and excretion of electrolytes. So get your free LMNT sample pack with any purchase at drinklmnt.com/goodguys. Also try the new LMNT Sparkling, a bold 16-ounce can of sparkling electrolyte water. That's drinklmnt, drinklmnt.com/goodguys. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by Trade. Trade makes it easy to experience America's best specialty coffees from home. Simply tell them what you like and whether you'd like it whole bean or ground, and Trade will curate perfect coffee matches in an instant for you. It's the freshest quality you can get anywhere. Every coffee is roasted to order and ships to you within 48 hours. From hot or iced dark roasts to decaf or espressos to cold brew, Trade has it all. I love Trade. I love coffee. I love discovering new coffee. The one thing I hate is bad coffee. And Trade doesn't have bad coffees because you're talking about small roasters, small batch, people that really care about coffee. So if you love coffee and hate bad coffee, I would highly recommend Trade. It's very convenient, very easy, lots of optionality, comes right to your door. It's a fantastic solution. Hot or iced. I prefer iced personally, especially it's so hot out. What are you going to get? Hot coffee? No, iced coffee in the summer. So give Trade a try to transform the way you experience coffee at home. They're offering your first bag free when you visit drinktrade.com/goodguys and subscribe. Trade guarantees you'll love your first bag or they'll replace it for free. That's drinktrade.com/goodguys for your first bag free when you subscribe. drinktrade.com/goodguys. DRINKTRADE.com/goodguys.
Ben, what do you think? Because Ben's a great entrepreneur and businessman and has a lot of savvy in that area.
Obviously, he's in the Hamptons and we're here.
He's crushing. He's in shorts, wearing full pants. What do you think about that Spotify offer?
I think that if you're betting on yourself as an agent, you want to keep waiting for it to go up. I think that as a person, I mean, if it was me, I'd take $20 million a year. That's sick. But maybe it wasn't market, right? Like maybe the agent saw the amount of views that, and just for everybody that isn't familiar with David, I'm sure that everybody in yours and Jason's world, but maybe our core following, we're talking about David Dobrik, and we're talking about an offer from a podcast that Jason, you and David did together. And David's audience was absolutely enormous. Like $20 million might not have been anything at the time for David's audience. Like David's audience at his peak.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like I would watch Vlog Squad. Like that sounds super cheap.
It was higher than that then.
For like the actual reach that he was getting.
About 30.
It was higher. It was above 30?
Yeah.
For 1 year.
That fucking sucks.
I don't know if it was for a year or it might have been for over 5 or something.
If you don't mind me asking, what were you getting off that 30?
30%.
Oh, kill
That's
me.
nice. That's nice.
We had a manager that got 15%. So I was only making a little bit more than him. And he wasn't doing anything. And I think 50%? I did a lot. I think I did a lot on the podcast. Like I actually do think I would like try really hard and try to come up with things and just getting him to do it was a chore.
Oof.
And not to say that I don't love him, and I saw him on Saturday and he's the funniest, he's the best. Like he's been so good to me. He gave me my career and do want to say that. So I'm just like joking around here, but yeah, I mean, that's what happens. Fucking and that's the other thing is like TikTok Live, it's like it's a stop for me right now. Like I'm not done. Like I'm doing things, like I'm trying,
There's nothing to defend.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And I think that the nature of this thing and, in general, people don't understand sort of the ebb and flow of like long careers. Chris Rock has a great joke about how I only respect time in this business. And like, if you've been in the business for 10 years, I like you, 20 years, I love you, and 30 years, I really respect you.
Yeah.
But it's just about keeping your head above water. And if you,
that's right.
Like the stock market, if you zoom into any particular day, the market could be down 1,200 points.
Yeah.
But overall, it trends up.
Uh-huh.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's kind of all you can hope for.
You're not down 1,200 points.
No, I am. I'm down more than that. I'm down 30 million is what I'm down.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Should we
Have you guys quickly, before you go into it, have you guys ever been to a Kohl's?
Yeah.
I went to a Kohl's.
Where's he going with this?
And it was fucking disgusting. I'm sorry. I went into a Kohl's thinking that it was Walmart and Target. It's not Walmart and Target. At least the one that I went into. This Kohl's, zero name brands.
What were you trying to buy at Kohl's? What were you trying to buy at Kohl's?
I was trying to buy a Nespresso. like a coffee machine.
From Kohl's?
And I went in, and
It's a
they
weird,
had
you're right, Jason. That is a weird pull. Why
It
Kohl's?
is.
Yeah.
no. I went into a shopping center that only had a Kohl's. The
Okay.
closest Target or Walmart was 40 minutes from me, but the closest Kohl's was 9. And I figured I could just walk into a Kohl's and get the same thing as a different big box. But no, they only had a very weird, very off-brand K-Cup machine for $99. I'm just saying, I think there's something going on at Kohl's where they want you to think that you're getting good prices when really you're overpaying for crap.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
See, I'm
Okay.
I'm on that poor boy shit. So I would have gone to my local Rite Aid and gotten a Mr. Coffee drip coffee maker, one that you would have like at a Days Inn for $19.99.
Paige is a lucky woman.
A shitload of French vanilla coffee mate. And I would have been like, you can't tell. You put enough coffee mate in, you don't know.
Yeah. And that
I just see Paige. Josh, can we please get an espresso? No, and you throw an instant coffee.
If we're in the
It
Hamptons,
crumbles at her.
where's that Nespresso going when you're done in a month?
With me, home.
All right.
the
fine.
Nespresso's bad though because the plastic
Nespresso's
capsules are not good.
aluminum.
Yeah, it's aluminum.
Oh, it's
not plastic.
aluminum? Is
Yeah.
it Keurig
You
that's
feel better?
plastic?
We
Yeah,
feel
K
better.
cups.
Oh, so the K cups, the freaking see, it's even worse.
Yeah, but that was your first mistake going to a Kohl's. I mean, I just thought Kohl's had dresses.
No, I'll never go again. I
didn't
had
know
no
it had,
idea. I
like,
thought it was a Target. I thought it was a
items.
Walmart.
I wouldn't
I
get an
didn't know.
espresso at Target either.
No,
Why?
I guess Amazon. I
What
should've
about
ordered on
Amazon? It'd be there in a day.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Sometimes you want to feel something, you know?
Oh, I see. You needed to get out of the house, huh?
Yeah, sometimes.
What's it like there in the Hamptons? Like, what do you do? Are you
Yeah.
Are you with like? Do you ever see like Howard
I'm co-
Stern or?
I'm
Billy
cooking
Joel?
an incredible amount every day, cooking, going to a nice farmer's market,
That's
a nice
great, but-
Cinderella, shopping,
Cinderella.
running, tennis.
That's fun. Can we
working.
look up the prices of certain?
That's fun. Shut it.
No, I'm sorry. I don't. I meant to say.
No, I'm kidding.
You mentioned Cinderella, and I've only heard because I've never actually been to the
I've been.
Hamptons. That there are these things that are like $100 for a pack of Marcana almonds. Like, have you experienced any of that? The crazy prices.
Not at Cinderella, but there are farmers markets. One's called Round Swamp Farms, which is kind of like Erewhon pricing, like very, very similar. Like you pick something up and you have to, I can't believe that strawberries are $29.99, like something crazy.
Oh wow,
But
that's wild.
freshest fruit you
Hey,
can find.
the fact that Justin Timberlake got pulled over in the Hamptons, if anyone's ever been to the Hamptons, so easily to get pulled over.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it's a small vacation town.
It's
with-
one road,
Right.
Goes through all the towns, right, Ben?
Yes, and if you're speeding, there's literally a cop everywhere.
And there's a cop
Like-
and the cop car is like a $250,000 cop car. Like they have so much money, right?
Yeah.
And that's all they're looking to do is pull you over.
And all they're looking to do is protect the people. Like it's safe. Police are everywhere. And like if there's reckless driving, there's so many kids in the Hamptons too. Like it's definitely not shocking that he was pulled over.
Right.
Not shocking at all.
You ever see Portnoy out there?
I haven't yet. I think he spends his time more in Montauk. He's all the way east.
Isn't that the Hamptons?
That's the deepest part. The Hamptons are like 3 hours long.
Right. That's right.
Where's Amagansett? I just like saying it.
It's like it's
near
like a
Montauk.
middle Hampton. A middle Hampton
Amagansett.
starts in west. Middle is like an Amagansett, and the farthest out is Montauk.
And
So yeah, you can find Portnoy in Montauk.
are there? I just imagine white people in vineyard vines, boat shoes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Is that the vibe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Paula Dean.
Paula, gingham, a lot of gingham.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly.
And what's the nightlife like?
I don't know. Stay in the house. What it is like in Montauk is it's parties. Like there's like great clubs, like this classic club called Surf Lodge, and like the teeny boppers, the tweens absolutely love it. They love it. They're out there. They're raging. I guess you could probably see a Portnoy, but otherwise, the Hamptons are very civilized outside of Montauk.
We went out there to Portnoy's house and we shot a podcast, and he was.
Did you?
Yeah, he's great. Oh my god, great house.
We haven't.
Great guy.
We haven't met him.
He's
We
great.
keep missing him. Oh, Josh, you were on the podcast with him, weren't you?
I only know him because we've done the podcast over Zoom twice. But otherwise, I mean, I can't believe you just DM Portnoy, right? And he was like, come on out.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, he was so nice to me. He was my first guest.
You hadn't met him.
Nope. No.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I just
He
think,
must have been a fan.
I don't think so. I think he maybe just thought like, I think he just likes to get out there and like, you know, be, I mean, I really admire his ability to like get out there because he's got something to say about everything.
Right.
You know, like you'll just see him on Instagram story, on Instagram feed, just like a video, like right away talking about something that I was like, he's talking about the WNBA. Like I could care less about the WNBA, but he makes it engaging.
He's all over current events. Like if somebody's talking about something, he's going to have an opinion on it. And that's why, Josh, you sort of mentioned like always staying relevant. Like that's what's most admirable about Portnoy, whether you like him or not.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
He's a shapeshifter. Like that guy he's with the times. He's with the times.
He also he's got a house in Montauk, a house in the Hamptons, a house
That's
in
the
Miami.
same thing. That's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Montauk and the Hamptons, the same
Or
thing.
I'm sorry, a house in Nantucket,
Yeah.
a house in the Hamptons,
Yep.
Yeah.
an apartment in New York, house
Yep.
in Miami.
Yeah.
It's a lot of real estate. It's a lot of homeowners taxes.
Yeah.
It's a big overhead.
Yeah.
What's that overhead? It's big.
He's paying a lot. He's paying a lot.
Can you imagine that?
No, I
Still a
can't.
big overhead.
Yeah. I can't imagine owning multiple homes or multiple cars.
Multiple homes that are like 10 million plus each.
Yeah. Cause it's like, you can't be there.
Right.
So I don't know.
And they need to, like, who's flushing the toilets? Like, who's checking on the plants? Who's.
gotta
Also
have
in
a-
areas with very high property taxes.
Dude.
Very high.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why doesn't he buy something in Austin?
It's because he has a place in Florida.
Oh, true.
Now,
Darn.
Ben is a city boy, born and bred in the city, live and die NYC for life. But be honest, do you get out to the Hamptons and say to yourself, I could probably do suburban living if I had to forever?
I mean, New York City in the summer is fucking disgusting.
Is it?
It is swamp ass. It is like all the rat piss that like you can't smell when it's cold, just creeps off of the sidewalk.
Terrible.
And you smell it. New York City during the summer is no good. So yeah, certainly escaping. But I love being in a house. I love it. I love cooking, having a big kitchen, grilling, a pool. Like that's the dream. But the city is just there's constant action. Like you get bored. Like I'm here for a little, but I couldn't live here. I think I need a city. I need to be constantly stimulated.
The nice thing about New York when I lived there was you were friends with like people of all walks of life. So you'd be friends with like Wall Street people in the art world. You'd be friends with comics, rock singers. That's a really nice, right, Ben? You get a good,
Yeah, you get a
different
good
group
mix
of
of people.
types of people.
You get a good mix of people. You always get great food. If you need something, there's something always open. Like if you just want to walk around and there's always something to do. I don't know. It keeps life interesting.
My son was talking about that last night. He was fascinated with this Strokes documentary, Meet Me in the Bathroom. And he was like, how did they all like become famous at the same time? Like, how did they all play Mercury Lounge at the same time? And I'm like, well, that's New York. Like, it's like you go and you see 3 shows in a night, or you can play 5 shows in a night if you're a band or if you're a comic, or it's just like, and here it's just, here everyone's just asleep.
And where else are you going to meet someone from Guyana?
Yeah.
Or Trinidad.
Outside of Guyana and Trinidad, only New York.
Only New York.
Yeah. And the people, the
best people.
The people from Trinidad that made it to New York, they're dynamic people.
They're excellent.
Yeah. They're the people
the
that you're
best.
like, oh, this is like somebody who's going for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we get to a speak pipe quickly?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so if you want to get advice from us, ask us questions, go to speakpipe.com/goodguys. Keep it brief. Brevity is key. This first one is from Anonymous.
Hi, this is in regards to the naturalist wedding from last week. I'll make this very quick. So my husband and I live in Europe. We were traveling in a camper van in Croatia. We hadn't booked a spot. It was the middle of the summer. And the only place available was a naturalist campsite, which is, again, a nudist campsite. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. There's no way we can't do it. I was like hiding in the back of the van, like, we've made a mistake. I was also pregnant, which was just fun. So anyway, you get there. It's like just very not sexual at all. It's a lot of families, surprisingly. And we looked around a lot and kind of wondered, okay, like families, like 2 parents and maybe like a couple, like their son with their partner. And we were like, when does that come up in conversation that like my parents are nudists and we have to be naked around them? Or is it that you only exclusively date other people who also have nudist parents? But people were like running naked. They were playing tennis naked. They were playing basketball naked.
Oh my
They were
God.
swimming naked, which like fine. And yeah, but you couldn't eat naked. You had to wear clothes in the restaurant. So it's like you would go to get pizza and everyone was wearing clothes and you kind of forgot where you were. And then you walk back to your campsite and there's just like a bunch of dicks. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that experience.
I'm
Wow.
repulsed.
Me too.
I'm repulsed at thinking about just like a nutsack jumping up and down on the tennis court. You know, like a big, or like a dick just flopping with every swing. I don't need that.
It's something you get over really quick. I went to Burning Man once and people were just naked. And at first you are kind of like, but then you're just like,
But wouldn't you want a little bit of security when playing an impact sport such as tennis? Right? I don't know if I'm saying too much, but sometimes
Steve, you hit the wrong
a tennis
balls.
ball to the nuts is you're dead. A tennis ball
Sometimes-
to an unprotected nut is no good.
my wife sometimes will sleep in a bra.
Sure.
And I'll be like, oh, what are you nuts? Like, isn't that what the fuck do I know? But I will say, like, isn't that uncomfortable? She goes, no, it's kind of supportive. Like, it feels like more comfortable. Like sometimes clothes are kind of supportive. Like when you're playing tennis.
Yeah, you probably could get a rash or something.
Jason, you strike me as somebody that sleeps nude. Do you sleep in the nude?
No, I sleep in boxers.
Yeah, he
Okay,
does.
me too.
Yeah.
See, support. I couldn't sleep nude.
Yeah. But it sounds like she did it and she got over it and she was fine. And she was pregnant too.
Yeah.
Right? But so if you have to take your clothes off, can't you just stay at the site and wear your clothes?
I don't know. That's weird.
Is that strange?
That's like someone leaving their shoes on in your house. It's a shoes off house. You know, you're like, Jim,
Yeah.
do me a favor, right? You know?
Hey, this is something we were talking about the other day. Okay, so you know when you go to the gym and you're like working out and like some like meathead comes over and gives you unsolicited advice about how to work out? Does that bother you?
Yep.
It used to. Now I have no ego and I welcome it. I
do?
Josh is that meathead.
Oh, you are?
Josh, yeah, you know, you want an exercise for your tries?
I love
That's
it.
funny.
Especially things I'm bad. Like I'm trying to get better at swimming. And so like they'll see me flapping around when I'm trying to do laps.
Uh-huh.
And the guy the other day was like, can I give you a tip? And I was like, not just one, more.
Yeah.
Plenty of.
What was the tip?
It was just about like how much I should be breathing. Like he's like, don't put your head up every time. Like try to hold your breath for 3 strokes and then turn. I was like,
It gives you a lot more speed, yeah.
got it.
Yeah. Yeah, we were at the gym the other day. This guy was giving us tips and we were just like, bro, stop.
Did you tell him no? You're a
No,
grown-up.
I'm not going to tell him no. I'm not going to be like, hey, dog, I'm good. But you used to be like, okay, thanks.
I once said to a woman who was like, when are you going to let me train you? I said, never. I did. She was a trainer. And now we're friends because it was a little tough.
Because you
of
told
me
her
to
no.
say.
Yeah, but this is a complete stranger that I'll never see again. Also, like on steroids and just like, I'm not going to.
The steroid purple face,
Yeah.
back knee.
Yeah.
This is fucking sick though, beast.
Yeah, he looked pretty ripped.
Who do you take advice from? Like if David Goggins was at your gym, do you say, is David Goggins a Garten for you? Do you not know who I'm
If
saying?
David Goggins was at my gym, I would love 10 minutes with David Goggins. 5 minutes. Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Same Ben?
The Rock. The Rock's my guy. But yeah,
You-
sure.
you like The Rock?
Anybody in,
I've never heard
if The
anyone
Rock's
say
in
The
my
Rock's
gym-
my guy.
Oh yeah, The Rock
about
is my
Mrs.
guy
Rock?
through and through.
I've never seen Mrs. Rock.
Is there a Mrs. Rock?
He's
There
married.
is. I've never seen her either though.
He's married.
He's married.
Where is she?
Living a beautiful life, I'm sure. Beautiful life.
Let's get to our What Are You Nuts moment of the week. If you remember, we end each show with our What Are You Nuts moment.
Oh, yeah.
It's gripes, big or small, anything that's sticking in your craw currently. Nothing too petty, nothing too major. It can be anything. Think about it. We'll start.
Yeah. All right. I got something. My daughter
Okay.
goes to parties now, high school parties, $40 to go to the party at a kid's house. And then the kids call the cops on themselves in an hour and keep $3,000. That's my gripe of the week.
Wow.
Holy
Yeah.
crap. What are you nuts?
Yeah.
That's criminal.
Yeah. And that's what these kids do now. They throw 15-year-olds will throw parties. And then you're like, you drop them off and then you get a call like an hour later, like the cops came. I'm like, it's 8:30. And you got to go back and pick them up
What's the $40 for?
to get in.
For what? Refreshments?
So the little shit can make money. So the kid
Doritos?
the kid who lives in the $10 million
I'm sure
house
it's for
can make
booze,
money just like his
Josh,
dad
for
makes money.
booze.
15-year-olds drinking booze?
Not me.
This is
I was a
sick.
square.
Well, that's another thing that's the other thing is you do have like parents that will like provide the booze, but not provide the booze. I don't do that. Like I absolutely not. I won't give any booze ever. I wouldn't even let them come to my house. I don't have a party ever at my house for liability, but yeah, you get that a lot too. Like the cool, like, remember see like Amy Poehler in that Tina Fey movie? In Mean Girls.
Yeah.
You know, when Amy Poehler's like the cool mom.
Sure.
Like that, we see that a lot in LA. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible.
We'd
cover
have to
charge.
pay too. We'd have to pay in high school, but
You have to
then
pay.
someone's older brother is getting the alcohol, so you're essentially paying for that. But it wasn't 40; it was like 5.
Yeah. Everything is jacked up now.
Wow. Disgusting. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a restaurant last week and I was sitting, I guess, close enough that I could overhear a first date. And this guy turned to the girl and said, if you could change one thing about yourself, what could it be? Or what would it be? And I just thought that was nuts. I just heard it and I was like, what the hell kind of a guy asks a girl that question? If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? Like, that's insane.
She's
That's
like,
an
my
insane
taste
question.
in men.
Yeah, it's just vile. I was like, ew. Like, get this man away from me. What are you, nuts?
So he was just kind of hitting on her saying, what would you change about yourself? He was doing
I guess
some,
he's,
he was doing
what
some kind
kinda,
of
Negging.
negging. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
like
funny.
just, I don't know, trying to lower her self-confidence. It was so weird.
I got another one.
Go.
I got another one. When the bill comes and people don't compute what's on the bill and what the tip is, that drives me nuts. Absolutely. Or you get this thing where people think they don't have to pay at all.
Huh?
Like there's people in LA that are like, they're like, I'm broke, so I don't have to pay.
And they ate already?
Yeah, and you're like, I'm broke too. You know,
and
like
you're at dinner with them? Like this
Yeah,
is an intended
yeah,
shared
yeah. It's
bill?
just
I'm
like-
on my lunch break from TikTok Live.
Yeah.
We're all struggling here.
Exactly. We're all struggling. Like, like I don't like that at all.
That's
No,
crazy.
I don't think anybody should. That's disgusting. That's nuts.
Yeah. And then
Josh?
there is like a sex thing to it too, where it's like sometime you'll be out to dinner and girls won't pay.
Mm.
And you're like, oh, okay, like I'll pay for my wife, but I'm not paying for everybody else.
Right.
Right?
So what do you do? This is a good question. What do you do
I
if you're
pay.
at dinner? But what do you do if you're at dinner with your wife and one other girl?
You pay for that
I
person.
pay for the other girl.
Yes, two
Yeah,
other
yeah,
girls.
yeah, yeah.
Where does it
No,
stop?
I'm out. And my wife will say before, she'll be like, you're not paying for them. Like,
I agree. Two is max.
yeah. Then we did address it, and the people we're like, you're right, actually. You shouldn't have to pay. And so then we did go to dinner and everybody paid. Everybody put a credit card in, which is great. But then now my wife is putting in a credit card to make it even.
Yeah.
And then my wife's like, wait a minute, now I'm paying.
Right.
Yeah.
I will go out to dinner sometimes with like, if let's say there's like 3 couples. So it's my wife and I and 2 other couples. And my wife will maybe have a drink at most. But
that drives me crazy too. I don't drink.
Right. I don't drink.
Yeah.
And so listen, I know, and some of these couples are professional drinkers, but I always go, you know what? We're here. We'll whack it up 3 ways.
Right.
None
Me
of this
too.
bullshit.
Me too.
Like that's the way to do it.
I'll pay for your wine.
I'll
it's
pay
okay.
for your wine.
Yep.
But I got some friends that are real nickel and dimers. But in a positive way for me, they'll go, Josh doesn't drink. We're paying $200 in alcohol on top of this. They're paying less.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, fine.
Yeah. And did you pay less?
Oh yeah.
A couple
What am I
times.
gonna-
Yeah, you should.
I try. Wait, Marshall, am I wrong?
No, I was saying, yeah, that's right.
I love you, Marsh.
That friend is so like nice to be aware in that way and observant of the table.
Yeah.
And you know our differences.
Does Marshall have a mic, or should we
Yeah.
relay what he's saying? Okay.
Yeah.
This studio, we're good.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess, look, he offered, you took him up on it, fine. I do think, though, you should just order more. Like the 2 of you should just like throw in an extra lobster or get yours.
But that's a thing too, because Paige is a vegan. So if we go to a steakhouse, they go, the poor girl ordered sides. You know, the husband don't drink. Like they're in
That's
for
true.
$60
You're a unique
and
you're
it
a
was an
uniquely
$800
cheap
meal.
couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love being cheap.
What are you trying to say?
No, I love it. I've been so cheap this year. It's so great. I love Trader Joe's.
It's the best.
You can get out so easily there. What else is cheap? What else is like a good deal? Trying to think. You know what? Cafe Gratitude. You can get a meal and you don't have to pay.
There's a place called Cafe Gratitude.
Oh, you haven't heard of it, Ben?
It's in LA. Yeah.
Oh,
That is the most LA name ever. Tell me about
Most
it.
LA name. It's been around for a long time. It's been 20, 30 years, I'm sure.
Vegan.
And the food's good. And they have something called like the I Am Grateful, and you don't have to pay. You can pay what you want.
And what is it?
I think it's just like beans and rice.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, which is kind of cool if you're broke. If you ate at Erewhon on Monday, you can even it out at Cafe Gratitude on Tuesday. I tried to go to Erewhon and try to get lunch for $10,
Impossible.
and it can't be done.
The beans and rice at Cafe Gratitude are called the Be Grateful or the Fart Supreme.
I am gassy.
2 Fart Supremes, please.
Okay, my what are you nuts is, so today I was going to the gym. You know I love an Equinox. So I'm going to the gym and I realize I'm wearing my workout clothes in the gym, and then I'm going to change for the pod. And I realized I'd forgotten underwear. And I was like, I'm not a guy. Jason's a guy who would just bareback it into his jeans. I do not want to be separated just by a thin layer of denim between me and any of you. So I go into the store there and I'm like, I'll buy a pair of underwear. So I buy a pair of boxer briefs and I go upstairs, and of course I like unravel my jeans and the underwear were like folded into my jeans. I'm like, oh, and I go, I could keep these undies, but speaking of cheap, but I have a real OCD. I like one brand of underwear, just one. Sorry. I'm listen.
You're loyal.
I'm old school. I'm loyal. I know what I like. I like Calvin Klein's and I like them from Nordstrom Rack. 2 for $28.
Yeah.
So, I just like, I literally have probably 30 pair. Just one brand. Make it easy.
Very nice.
So I go, I'm going to return these. Like they were $30 for one pair. So as I'm leaving, I go in and the woman has now left and there's a new person who's replacing her. And I walk in and I've got the receipt. I never opened the package. They are completely closed. This could not be an easier exchange, right? And I'm walking in, and as I'm walking up, she sees it in my hand, and she looks at me like this. That is her face. And we've talked about this on the pod, which is tell your face that. Like,
yeah.
watch your face.
Yeah.
Because it's saying things you don't want it to.
Yeah.
So you know me, I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So I go, you look very surprised. And she goes, well, I am surprised when I see that. And I guess at an Equinox retailer, they don't see a lot of returns. Because she was like, what are you about to do to my day? And I'm like, I'm about to give you something I bought 2 hours ago that was never opened and the receipt's right here. What are you, nuts? I just found it very funny.
And what'd she do?
And
she take it?
Yeah, she did. I mean, I'm like, listen, I even like looked on the receipt really quick because if the receipt was like, hey, we're a gym, not a Macy's.
Yeah.
You buy it, it's yours. I would have been like, I guess I got a pair of undies.
Right.
But I knew it was returnable. It was 2 hours ago.
Well, there's a couple things going on there. And the most important thing is you are at a gym store. So that woman got a job at Equinox, not necessarily to work the store.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
True.
And so now she's like, oh, I guess I do work at Nordstrom's, you know, when that happens. And, but 100% she should have taken it back.
She did. It was just this face.
Yeah.
Where I was like, you know, I can see you, right?
Yeah, people don't want to deal with
Nuts.
that stuff.
Nuts.
It's absolutely nuts.
Ben, take us home.
And folks, that's our show. As always, rate us 5 stars. Watch Jason's lives. They sound amazing. I know I'm going to hop on TikTok and I'm going to watch his lives.
Thank you, Ben.
And when he comes out with his beautiful Curb Your Enthusiasm 10-episode series, we're going to be streaming it like mad. 5 stars. Otherwise, what are you nuts? Listen to us on Apple, Spotify. Watch our clips, TikTok, Instagram. Watch us on Josh's YouTube. YouTube views through the roof. Thank you so much, Brooke Schofield. Oh, baby, we are coming in hot. We'll see you Mondays and Thursdays, and we'll catch you next time.